So at this point, you got to just laugh. 27 years, these lesbian, angry OGs have milled around on the periphery of the sports world. They've had a league simply because, well, the NBA felt like we better help our sisters out. So let's fund a league where, well, frankly, it makes us look good, doesn't cost us any real money, and, we can promote our league in the middle of it. And you had a couple of stars that nobody cared about. Crazy-ass Brittany Griner going and getting her dumbass arrested. You had Diana Taurasi. I don't know what Diana Taurasi was doing. I never saw 1 second of Sue Bird, but I still swear to God, at the end of the day, she's not going to end up with that Megan Rapinoe. She's going to be a mom with 2 kids. That's just my opinion. 350 million people in this world. I can give you my opinion. She doesn't look like a lesbian to me. Dan, what's a lesbian look like? Angry. She's happy. Real happy. I digress. Let's talk about the angry. So now here comes Caitlin Clark. Little white girl. Not that that should matter, because in sports, it doesn't, except in this sport. In this sport, that's all that matters. See, you got the angry African-American lesbians who just can't handle somebody coming into their league as a white girl with a bunch of attention. Now, I hearken back. I'm always hearkening. I hearken back to my wife, the lovely Lee Ross Dakich, LLRD we call her. She called it before it ever happened. Now remember, LLRD is a legend both as a player and as a coach in the world of softball, both at Bowling Green and Syracuse, legendary player at Toledo. Took a MAC team, Toledo, as a first-team All-American to the College World Series. Been coaching for a bunch of years. Looks 21, but coaching for 30. You figure it out. But the deal is this. The deal is simply this. She said it. Women in sports don't want other women in sports to succeed. They don't. Jealousy. It's just who they are, she said. Boy, have we seen that or what? Honest to God. Little white straight girl comes in and does nothing but ball. She doesn't talk about politics. She doesn't talk about her gay lifestyle, which she's straight. Somebody mentions her boyfriend. She says, yeah, we're going to movies. We're going to go shoot baskets. People start hounding her boyfriend. Connor McCaffrey, son of Fran. He don't care. He's a dude. He's used to the attention being at Iowa, being the son of a Big Ten basketball coach. So what does he do? He handles it like a champ. What does she do? She handles it better than anyone. We got creepy-ass Greg Doyle. I'm glad that you're here. We got someone named Kennedy Carter knocking her ass into the freaking next week, and all she does is go, hey, let me drop 20 on your head. And then we got Angel Reese's dumbass. Now, she's just stupid. I feel bad for Angel Reese. She's trying so hard to be something she's not, which is an intelligent human being. No, she really is. She put this long post yesterday out where she said, Coach Witherspoon, who, by the way, got fired in her second year, Coach Witherspoon's the reason I came to Chicago. What? You were drafted, moron. You were drafted to come to Chicago. Nobody believed in me. She was a top 5 pick. I'm not saying much, but generally in any sport, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, hockey, I don't give a rat's ass, water polo, or bags at the local bar. If you're a top 5 pick, somebody thinks you're pretty good, unless, of course, there's only 4 people being picked, and you happen to be 5th. That's not the case here. So the WNBA is absolutely exposed as a train wreck of immature, ridiculous, whiny ass. Ugh, the worst. I actually sounded like a little WNBA girl there. Oh, you're the worst. Well, now they found another victim. The fans of Indiana. Now, I'm going to side a little bit with these idiots. I'm going to side a little bit with Alyssa Thomas, who said she is the latest WNBA woke gas bag to rip Indiana Fever fan over alleged racism, demanding the franchise and league do something about it. What do you want them to do? So here's the deal. A lot of people from Iowa are big-time Caitlin Clark fans, which makes them by proxy Indiana Fever fan. And you know my story. It was about 6-7 years ago. I'm calling a game in Carver Hawkeye Arena. I'm calling a game, and here comes a Facebook post by a cop, a police chief. Anyone in Carver Hawkeye with a gun, please shoot Dan Dakich in the head. That's the actual post on Facebook. Iowa fans are idiots. I mean, I've known this. You've known this. In fact, Monday, on my other radio show in the afternoon after a Colts win, the first caller, Bill from Iowa, I thought, all right, hey, he's a Colts fan. Hey, Dan. You got to fire that Christy side. She don't know how to use Caitlin. I went off because I go off. I went off. I'm like, what are you talking about? Caitlin Clark has set every rookie and some WNBA records for assists and points. What's she supposed to do? Grab the rebound, take it down the court, dribble for 20, 30 seconds and shoot? And then dribble down the court, do it again? What is wrong with you people? Now, Iowa fans are stone idiots. I had two old ladies. I had to actually have police protection in Iowa City. True story. After an incident where I called one of their players for poking another player at Wisconsin in the eye and then punched him in the back of the head, I called him a coward. I had to have police protection provided by ESPN. As then I'm walking out, you had to walk a long way with the public to your car. As I'm walking out, these two cops, I could tell, were a little itchy because people were kind of nasty. And then I'm like, hey, I'm good as I cross the street to go to the parking lot. Well, there were these two older women. One of them said, hey, Dan, F you. I said, ma'am, I'm not going to lie. At my age and your age, it'll be the best one you ever had. I'll give you extra effort. I'll put a little something nice on it. She said, your dreams, in your dreams. I said, well, now. I said, it wasn't in my dreams, but now that I've seen you, now that I know you want to throw down here in the parking lot, hey, maybe tonight it will be in my dreams. They, Aunt B and Ethel just shook their head, MF'd me, and moved it along. They're idiots. So when I see people say that Indiana Fever fans are nasty, I think, yeah, they are probably wearing something feverish. And they are probably nasty, but they're more Iowa fans. But who gives a rat's ass? Seriously. Nisa Smith says they're demanding. Here's Nisa. She's demanding the league do something about mean tweets.
From each tip-off to the final whistle, the Sun have been locked in, professional, and taking care of business. What does it say to the professionality of this team that you've been able to shut out the noise?
Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it, and we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And basketball is headed in a great direction, but we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world and what we have to deal with in that aspect. And we come to play basketball for our job, and it's fun, but we don't want to go to work every day and have social media blown up over things like that. It's uncalled for, and something needs to be done, whether it's them checking their fans or this league checking. There's no time for it anymore.
Now remember the WNBA, but when you listen to all that nonsense, remember Lynn Dunn of the Indiana Fever, the general manager, told me on my show that she had to go to the NBA because of players calling all kinds of nasty racial names to Caitlin Clark, white bitch being the most of them. I mean, that's the players. Now they sit up there. The one idiot is wearing her shades thinking she's some model. This one here, it's uncalled for. Let me tell you something else. It's very simple to do. See this phone? Don't go on social media. Like every day I'm on social media, I get called every name in the book. Hell, the other day, my idiot former, I don't even know the guy, 40 years ago in 1976, I walked into my homeroom as a pimply-faced freshman at Andrean High School. There was a guy there. He was the homeroom teacher. His name was Sammy Listro. I don't know Sammy Listro. You know, I became whatever I became in high school. He became whatever he became. I became whatever I became in life. He became whatever he became. Okay? Next thing you know, I posted a factual thing on the state of the economy, and Sammy Listro is calling me a scumbag, deplorable, all the liberal, silly-ass stuff. That's my homeroom teacher. I got the wife of a good friend of mine ripping my ass. I got the hot girl in my neighborhood, Pam Mishler, that I've never spoken to, ripping my ass. Welcome to the real world, children. And if you don't want hate or whatever, turn it off and don't start it. I'm not saying there's a place, and the Indiana Fever probably have to look at their people from Iowa. I'm telling you, they're idiots. I'm telling you. Indiana fans, we understand basketball, right? Indiana, Purdue, you never hear that stuff coming out of Pacer games or coming out of, Purdue games, Notre Dame games, Indiana. You never hear that. You will now because it's a copycat thing. But you know what? These Iowa fans are idiots. They're stone idiots. Now, you know what's going to happen. We got to have the woke journalist. It isn't a deal without the woke journalist. So everybody has to climb on board this. So now we got the little woke journalist, Frankie Della, I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know. Frankie Della Krasitz. I'm at the Fever game and the vibe is horrendous. Oh, well, wait a second. Woman behind me was mocking Dejanay's eyelashes. Well, go to a game and listen to what they say about Travis Kelce's haircut. Only stopped when my partner turned around and told her to stop being racist. Wait a second. Talking about somebody's eyelashes is racist now? Jason Whitlock said the other day, as a black man, I don't understand the whole eyelash thing. There's a man in a MAGA hat. So a man in a MAGA hat makes this idiot, I don't know whether this is a dude or a chick, I have no idea what Frankie Relax is talking about. A MAGA hat makes you uncomfortable? A hat? Huh. Then there's this woman with band nails shirt and consistently fake nails. A cartoonishly fake nail. People do that at games all the time. I'm guessing Frankie, whatever the hell her name is, his name is, I don't know what the hell it is. You ever been to a game? Never? You're hurt by a MAGA hat? I'm going to be writing about my experience tonight. I never felt unsafe at an NBA game, and tonight I did. Wait a second. You can subscribe here. Go give Frankie a subscription. A MAGA hat? Man, kids dress up, and you liberals lost their mind. I honestly, this is beautiful to me. This whole thing is glorious to me because it has exposed how bullshit these people are. No, it really has. I'll give you Iowa fans are stone idiots. No, I'll give you that. Stone idiots. I will. So the NBA had to make a statement. The NBA has to protect its players from mean tweets. Look, ladies, turn the goddamn social media off. Quit being racist on the court. Quit calling the white player a white bitch. Look, growing up in Gary, Indiana, kicking every brother's ass all the way through high school and college, I got called all kind of things. Big deal. Who cares? Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words are never going to hurt me. WNBA is a competitive league with some of the most... Oh, shut up. Just shut up. WNBA has to protect its league from mean tweets. You're being mean tweets. Try being a white dude playing basketball at Indiana. You think that's easy? It's not. Oh, man, everybody talking shit. That's the world we live in. But I will give you, Iowa fans are stone idiots. Absolute stone idiots. Well, the little girls from ESPN have to get involved. The little girls from ESPN, well, okay, Andrea Carter. She claims there's no space for WNBA fans who dish hate. And she, of course, has been a victim of racism and racist comments as well. Who hasn't? I have. Every day. Every day. I can look at somebody, see the comment, and go, that's a brother. He ain't happy. All right. Yeah, he ain't happy. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't even care. I'm supposed to play this from Andrea Carter, but I have zero respect for Andrea Carter. Andrea Carter has become, I guess, a thing. And people that work around her say she's become ridiculous. Just an idiot. Calls Jimmy Patera. Well, I'll just call Jimmy and tell him what I want my schedule to be. Just an idiot. I got nothing for Andrea. I don't want to hear her lies. I don't want to hear her bullshit. We don't need to do it. Top story number 2. This is unbelievable. And we can keep this going. This is the same story. In what league does a dude on one team and be married to a dude on another team? You want to know why the WNBA, again, for 27 years has never gotten any traction? Clark's teammate, Nyesha Clark, who happens to be the girlfriend/wife of Clark's rival, Dejanay Carrington, is making some serious accusations. She's an idiot. Like, you hear her I don't care where I don't even know where she went to college. And all I'm going to say, and I'm talking to Lynn Dunn this afternoon, I got to tell you, just get rid of her ass. She can't play dead. She was minus 12 in 4 minutes in the last playoff game in plus minus against her girlfriend, lover, fiance. I don't know what the hell they do. Imagine, hey, man, Chris Jones, lineman of the Kansas City Chiefs, isn't going to hit Joe Burrow hard because, they're dating. 27 years of this, and people wonder why no one paid attention. Anyways, now that I can respond freely, my girlfriend has been getting death threats followed, called all types of shit, so if sending her flowers to make sure her mental health is okay, then cool, cry about it. Okay. Man, one of the guys here on OutKick, I think it was Danny or maybe it was Hookstead, said this league just isn't ready for the bright lights. And it's not. It's just not. You're not going to change society because a bunch of old angry lesbians decide to be racist, decide to be angry, decide to be actually assaulting players on the court, and then turn around and cry about the attention that all that has gotten. I mean, let's just be honest. Everybody in this league has lied. Becky Hammond. And that the most immature of all most valuable players, Asia Wilson, said there's no hate towards Caitlin Clark. Next game, Kennedy Carter knocked the shit out of her. Women are like this. This is what women do, according to my wife, the lovely Lee Ross Dakich, and really every woman that's ever been in sports. They cannot stand somebody outside of their own little realm being uber successful. This is what happens with women. Lee called 2 things. She said, now, 10 toes down for you. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Free her. Good. Free her. Please free her ass. Please free Nyesha Smith's ass out of Indy. Can't play dead. Is nothing about her that is any good off the court, on the court. I'm sure she's a lovely woman, but free her ass. Yes. Free her. Free her from sold-out crowds. Free her from a great coach. Free her from an environment that every time you go somewhere is the biggest environment ever. Why does Dejanay and Nyesha want to be freed? Let me help you. Too much attention on the straight white girl. Too much. Too much. It's too much. The straight white girl has too much attention, and we must be a victim about it. Today's was beautiful. There's no one dumber. Nobody. I don't care. Hey, remember that Angel Reese doing all this? I'm the villain. I'm this. I'm that. Now she's whining. Again, I told you this was going to happen. I told you. After the I'm a gangster, and then takes off all her clothes, and then she's crying about being sexualized, and then the season didn't go great for her because she can't make a layup. And, next thing you know, she's crying about being a victim again. And you only came to Chicago because of you, coach. No, dumbass. You came to Chicago because you got drafted. Seriously, to Angel Reese's people, I know none of you are watching. This show's too smart. Do you really encourage her to be this dumb? Do you? I only came to Chicago because of you, coach. Huh? What? They got drafted. All right, that should hopefully conclude this year in the WNBA. Although I got to tell you, The WNBA has been gold, Jerry, gold for all of us. But, man, take Caitlin Clark out, and it is just a pack of victims, morons, and women that can't play dead. Woo. Barstool founder, I'm kind of digging this. I'd love to do this. Man, if I announced this, it'd be interesting how Indiana would handle it. Michigan alum David Portnoy has vowed, listen to this, to fork up over $1 to $3 million for Michigan to secure a top 10 quarterback every year after being sick and tired of witnessing the defending champs' awful quarterback play so far this season. Dan, are you willing to throw some coin for an elite quarterback for Coach Sig's outfit? No. No. Let's hear from Portnoy. Hell no. But I did pay my scholarship back. True story. I'm one of maybe 2 college basketball players. One is Gary Long, who played at Indiana a long time ago, that paid their college scholarship back. I figured, screw it. They gave me a scholarship. I paid the room and board, about about $100,000. I did pay that back. I did it anonymously, too. I did. To a bunch of different places on campus. I don't know. There you go. Here's Portnoy.
Michigan. I will be the quarterback guy. You just say, Dave, you go. I'll talk to Sharon. Who do you guys want? Who's in there? Give me a group. I'll go get them. I will sign them $1 million, $2 million, whatever it is.
What's the top?
$3 million.
What if, are some of them going for more? Wasn't the Nico kid like...
Fine, but I can get a quarterback. We don't have a quarterback. If I don't get the number one...
for 3, though. You can be in the stratosphere.
Yeah, but you don't want to... I'm wondering, is Dave... how are you running this? I want to get a quarterback, or I'm like George Steinbrenner, I will spend any amount of dollars.
No, I'm gonna get us a top 10 quarterback in the portal coming out every year. Top 10 quarterback.
A freshman or a portal.
Okay, I'm interested in maybe doing this for the Badgers, too.
And then
I think that we might...
And then, here's
you know what? I'm in.
I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging it. I don't know that I would go out, but I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to be the guy that said, you know what? I got to tell you. I'm going to be the guy for you to go get, $1.3 million. To get a quarterback, or 1.5, or 2.5, or 3.7, whatever it is. First off, I'd like to have that money. Second off, there's not a chance in hell I'm spending it on some 18 to 23-year-old. Not a chance. Zero shot. I'll give it to the inner city football program here in town. I'll give it to the Boys and Girls Club, but I ain't giving it to some entitled, dipshit, daddy-driven quarterback coming out of high school. Yeah, no. Not a chance. I like what he's doing, though. I think we all would like to be in that position, but I can't do that. But anyway, Indiana, they don't need it, fellas. They got a guy named Rourke. Came from Ohio University. Best football player in America. Should win the Heisman Trophy. But they got to beat Maryland first. I get it. I'm not getting ahead of myself, but I love what Portnoy's doing there. I do. Love it. Football guy, listen to this story. Broncos linebacker, this is different football basketball. Alex Singleton tore his ACL last weekend in his game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first quarter. 8th defensive snap. Listen to this. Only to play every remaining defensive snap in the team's win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look, if my teammate is out there playing defense on a torn ACL, I'm playing my off around him. He still went on to play the remaining 48 defensive snaps. Honest to God. This is, he reminds me a little of myself. Just a man's man with the great American penis. Yeah. If I had to explain Alex in one thing, this Bo Nix, a quarterback, I'd just point that one out. I don't think anybody really knew that. It just shows how tough he is, shows how much of a leader he is. Whatever he can do for the team, he's going to go out there and put his body on the line. It exemplifies what it means to be a captain and that's why he's one of ours. You think, Bo? Really? You think so, huh? Huh. Sean Payton said, first time I've had players who had ACLs, but never seen one where he felt like he could have played another game that night. Kind of remarkable. You think, Sean? Never seen anyone play, obviously, that long after that injury. You know, my producer at my afternoon show, he took it for more money than he's probably worth. He's a 24-year-old kid producing at an AM station. I mean, what the hell's he make? Probably put more money than he's worth on it. What he put on? Over 5.5, the Denver Broncos. Now, I'm looking at what Alex Singleton did, and I'm saying I'm betting the over too. You got to bet the over now. I mean, I don't know if you can get it now. They've already won a game, so I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is with that dude on your team and that kind of stuff, don't be surprised if the Broncos don't play really well. I don't know if they got enough talent to win, but damn. John Ramn. Remember John Ramn? Swashbuckling Spaniard in the mold of Jose Maria Alathabo. And, of course, the swashbuckler of them all, Seve Ballesteros. John Ramn, next in the line, the great Spanish golfer, took the money and ran. Go on, take the money and run. Woo, doggy. Anyway, he took the money, went to live. Now he wants playing events. So he wants his proverbial cake and eat it too. He wants to play in a PGA Tour again. Perhaps for a reason he's not saying out loud. Let's see. Let's see which one's which here. A few and almost none of the players who want to play a whole year on the PGA Tour again, because it's impossible to combine the tour, but being able to have the option of playing certain tournaments is what I said. If we start in February, in January, I would have time to play Torrey Pines and American Express. It'd be cases like that to be able to come here without problems and enjoy being a DP Tour member as I am. Ramn needs to play 3 more DP Tour events on top of this week's Spanish Open to hold on to his membership, remain eligible for Team Europe's Ryder Cup based on the current set of requirements. Making starts on the PGA Tour would allow him to pick up team qualifying points, something LIV events do not offer him or any other LIV players looking to make Europe's team. I don't care. No, I don't care. I watched that full swing, and I got so tired of Justin Thomas that I'm like, I don't want to know anything about these players. Although I do want to know about Anthony Kim. Remember Anthony Kim was a young stud? A lot of rumors. He went away from golf. Well, he's back. And he's sort of kind of maybe back with a little bit of vengeance. Anthony Kim was on track to be one of the greats. Anthony Kim is now a big Donald Trump supporter. Don't blame Kamala Harris for not wanting to be in a situation where questions are asked. She's not able to deliver a message. When she had a teleprompter on Oprah, you might not like Trump or his delivery, but he is at least for the people. Girl dad, gratitude. Oh, well, if you put girl dad in there, everybody's going to like it. He's right. He's right. Like, look, you got a teleprompter to ask questions from Oprah, but people are going to vote for it because people are idiots. And I see him every day like my former homeroom teacher, Sammy Listra. I mean, he, as an adult, I don't think he's got the great American penis. However, having said that, man, if you don't like what he likes, then you get called names. That's the liberal way. I definitely lost some opportunities, acquaintances because of my opinions. Here's me, Karen. Keep your money. I'll say what I want. Countless stories of Donald Trump showing kindness, standing on business, while Kamala Harris gaslighting, lying. Yeah. Well, that's the way it is. I mean, that is legitimately the way it is. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's legitimately the way it is. But people don't like it. People get mad about it. And they can get mad about it. Good for them getting mad about it. Hell, like I said, I've got my homeroom teacher. I've got the hot girl in my neighborhood from 50 years ago. I've got the wife of a good friend of mine all coming at me hard. I'm like, well, you can come at me hard. Love and peaches to you and your family, but, not going to change my mind, and I'm not going to change theirs, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Nobody's changing my mind, and I'm guessing I'm not changing theirs. Apparently, word of the demise of Travis Kelce has reached the bowels of the Kansas City Chiefs building. That's right. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, well, they've heard about the talk of their star tight end and Stupper, maybe, I think, of Taylor Swift. And they're not having it, these two. Nah, they're not having it. Give me Kelsey or give me death. Here's what Andy Reid had to say. I know people are saying that he's old, he has distractions, but defenses don't think that. Trav is fine. He just keeps being Trav. He works his tail off. He hasn't lost a step. He's not distracted. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wish I had hair. I wish I had his hair. Having his hair would be good. You know, that could be a wig. I don't think it is. We're calling a lot of players. We're calling a lot of players for Travis. And it's like 2 or 3 people are going to him. He understands. That's the great thing about him is he wants to make an impact on the game, but he wants to win at the end of the day. I'm going to try do my best to keep feeding him the ball whenever he's there, whenever he's open. That's right. Isn't it amazing? You get in the public eye a little bit, right? You get in the public eye. You start stooping, dating, whatever you want to call it, the hot girl. And now everybody's lost their mind. It is kind of fascinating. We've seen this before. And I'll say this again. It don't matter. It don't matter a bit what Travis Kelce does or doesn't do in the regular season. It don't matter a bit what Patrick Mahomes does unless, of course, you're counting MVPs. But the fact of the matter is this team, like Belichick and Brady and those folk, well, this team is built for the playoffs. This team is judged by Super Bowls. It is not judged by the first 3 games of the year. It's not. So sit back, relax, and watch Travis Kelce go off. Just do it. It'll be a good ride. It's always a good ride. Hey, early oh, man. Early in the show, we talked about the WNBA. In the WNBA, now, Muffet McGraw, legendary coach, Muffet McGraw at Notre Dame, she is blaming Donald Trump. She is. She's blaming Donald Trump. The haters are trolling with alarming rage, escalating violent threats. How did we get here? Short answer, Donald Trump got us here. How did he get us here? Outwardly racist, homophobic, misogynist, and cruel. Really? Like, I would ask, where is the cruel? Where has Trump been? I mean, maybe a couple years ago. I don't know. But where is the cruel? It's amazing. Like, nobody can stand on their own business. Nobody can look in the mirror and say, you know, maybe, just maybe, we should not have been racist. We should not have been racist pigs towards Caitlin Clark to start this year. Maybe our thuggery of knocking her on her ass, tackling her in games, knocking her out of bounds, maybe, just maybe, this would have not happened. I'm not condoning it at all. I mean, it's amazing. As soon as you don't just line up and say, oh, my God, this is horrible. Oh, my God, these poor women. No. Maybe, just maybe, when Angel Reese and her teammates jumped off the bench to congratulate Kennedy Carter for knocking Caitlin Clark into next week, maybe, just maybe, this wouldn't even be a thing. Now, I've given you, and I will give you, Iowa fans are idiots. There's no doubt about it. Look, I've already given you a hell of an example with a state trooper saying, hey, anybody in Carver Hawkeye, shoot Dakich in the head. All right? But maybe, just maybe, the angry lesbian, the angry African-American lesbian, the angry white lesbian, the angry mixed lesbian should not have reared her ugly head. And I'm not talking about physically, I'd care less. I'm talking about internally. To the point where the Fever general manager had to call the league office and say, enough. Enough of the physical attacks. Enough of the racial slurs. Enough. And to the league office credit, they did it. That, ladies and gentlemen, started a powder keg of crazy. See, here's what happened. Caitlin Clark came into the league, the league kind of came at her. She's beyond the league. Her popularity, off the charts. Women are mad. These women couldn't stand it. the leader of the pack, although she wasn't the leader, because I got to guarantee that any experienced women in the WNBA look at Angel Reese like just a young, dumb idiot. I mean, if you don't, then you're with her. But anyway, so this Angel Reese gives her all this. I'm the villain, blah, 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 blah. Then, of course, she cries at a press conference. Well, the old guard of the WNBA, not understanding or understanding and hating it, that they got a golden goose here. They got somebody that's going to take it to the next, started exaggerating, whining, bitching, moaning. Remember the Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky talked about being accosted by reporters after the Kennedy Carter thing? It was one guy with this. Even the general manager of the Sky wouldn't respond to OutKick. The coach was like, I don't know. This is where we have a problem. These women lie. They lie like it's their job. They're racist like it's their job. And now they want to be a victim, which is the playbook. It's the playbook of liberals. We're going to come at you with lies. You come back at us. We're victims. But it's Donald Trump's fault, according to Muffet McGraw. Muffet McGraw, it's Donald. It's got to be. I mean, don't you see at every event the racism, the sexism? Of course not. You never see it. But 30 years ago, he said, grab him by the in a joking manner, which, of course, makes him forever a bad guy. I remember a day, I'm old enough to remember a day when Oprah, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Eddie Murphy, all the guys hung out with Donald Trump. Why? Because he was the white boy that would spend money on the brothers. We spit facts here. I'm sorry. We spit facts here. Hey, something great, again, is happening with OutKick. Clay Travis is going to be down in Georgia. He's going to be at Alabama, Georgia game. He's going to interview Donald Trump. It's amazing the vitriol this guy gets. I watch almost every press conference. I don't see him racist, sexist, misogynist. I see him pretty nice. But Muffet McGraw, I get it. You're out of coaching. No one's paying attention to you. You're trying to do something. I get it. I do. Hey, check out our YouTube channel and OutKick.com this weekend, and you can find Clay and Donald. How about on TV just now? I just had a scratch. That's right. What other show does a guy lean back and have a scratch? Huh. All right, we come back. My favorite segment of the week. That's right. My favorite segment of the week. It is Danny Zakshevsky, Jason Allen Hammer. It is Shot Clock Violation.